problem with it.
No swearing on Facebook now. Come on.
We're not on Facebook.
No, we're not live.
Reason.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you were live.
Oh,
No,
that
I
would
didn't
have
bother.
been. Oh, that would have been way funnier if it was like.
Start again now, Dave.
Yeah, it
No,
was
I'm not
me.
starting again.
It'd be like Ronan O'Gara doing the thing. Do you see
Do
that?
it up front
Yeah.
side.
Oh
His
yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, I apologise in advance for my language. It can be very bad at times. I come from a place where bad language is a sign of affection.
Limerick.
Right? It's not aggressive, alright? But I'm going to try not to
Shit
curse. So every time I curse, Dave is going to take note and I'm going to give a fiver to pay the house in Revolut, alright? That's what
Fucking
it'll be.
brilliant.
Yeah, no cursing. I'll only curse if I'm very passionate about something, alright? So, what you hear tonight, I had to bribe me to bring you here tonight. I mentioned a year's free membership. The attendance went from like 14 up to 52.
Really?
Yeah. There's no free membership
I
on my
even
job.
came last.
So yeah, the winner of this challenge will get a year's free membership. And I know you're going to ask me, how do we know who wins? It's who's most consistent. So this is not a weight loss challenge. This is the biggest loser challenge. Nothing like that. Bullshit. That's worth a fiver. It is a consistency challenge. So after the summer, I know we can fall out of routine over the summer months. It can easily happen. There's lots going on, lots of social events or whatever. So this is just to get everyone back on track, into routine, into structure, and then we're going to put some accountability around that, and also offer up a reward in the form of 1 year's free membership for the overall winner, and then throughout the weeks we'll have little spot prizes like hoodies, t-shirts, vouchers, etc. Just to keep you all engaged and something to aim for. Alright, but most importantly, what we want out of this is results. Alright, and like I always say, well, results can mean different things to many different people. I don't care what they are. At your very first day, you're going to write down what exactly the goal is. It's on the app, and then we're going to go for that goal over the next 8 weeks. Alright, so the one thing you're going to need for this challenge, or else there's no point in taking part, is the Fits Fitness coach app. Everyone got it downloaded?
Yeah.
All good. So all our measurement of consistency is going to be done through the app. So we can see who's being consistent, we can see who's not being consistent. You have to check in every single day. Check your app every day, because we'll have new challenges every day, we'll have daily challenges every day, we'll have surprise challenges every day. We're not going to make this very easy, alright? We need to have a winner at the end of it at the same time. So there's going to be little things every day, so it's important to check it first thing in the morning and see what you have to do for that day, okay? So, like I said, consistency rewarded. So you have to complete the weekly challenges, you have to complete the daily challenges, and we'll also be looking for social proof for some of those challenges. So I just check the app there, we can put videos up on it. So we might want social proof in the form of videos, etc. Might want social proof in the form of pictures, loads of little things like that. You'll find out as you go, alright? You can't look ahead, that's the beauty of the app, you can only see today, right? So there's no looking ahead or planning, just look at it every day and stay consistent every day.
And you don't have to be here for that consistency.
No.
So you can do it at home,
No.
you can do it at work.
Everything is done through the app, alright? The only part of what we want is 3 classes per week minimum, and we'll track that through Team Up, alright? Also, after you do every session, we want you to let us know how you got on. Throw a little comment box, so that lets me know that you're tracking your workouts. I know some of you do fit camp only, that's okay, but for people who do strength and conditioning, I want to make sure you're tracking the workouts, and after the workout, I want you to comment. Once you've commented, it's going to allow me to go in and make sure that you've actually tracked your workout, alright? So I'm basically bribing you to listen to me, alright? Something had to give, alright? So I want to see, and tracking workouts is so important. I know it's for safety, alright? So the reason people get injured in the gym setting, it's not because they're lifting wrong, it's because they're not managing their fatigue. So basically, if you squat the wrong way year in, year out, but you manage the load, you won't get injured, because your body will adapt to that way of squatting. But how you get injured is, just say week 1 you squat 20 kgs, and you come in week 2 and you up that to 40 kgs, that's a massive jump, 20 kg jump, that's how you get hurt. It's not because you performed the squat incorrectly, it's because you probably didn't even know what you lifted last week because you never tracked it, and then the following week you were like, sure, geez, I'll just take another 2 10 kgs from that. That's how people get hurt, alright? So the reason we want you to track, and I'm blue in the face from asking you, but the reason we want you to track is because if you kind of do get hurt, it's going to allow me to look in the app and go, yeah, we just made too much of a jump in the weights and that. It's going to allow us to kind of look back and learn from the mistakes made. Alright, that makes sense? So it's a great little habit to get into, tracking. It's not saying it for the sake of it, it's a really good habit to get into. Also, it does create momentum. So for example, if you're tracking your strength levels, it takes away this obsession with the scales, because you're seeing another marker of progress, which can be really, really good for your momentum, can be really, really good for your motivation, and it means that you're not just looking at one number all the time. You're looking at more positive numbers, all right? So you're actually going to be happy to see a number going up instead of always looking for a number to come down, all right? That is that. There's going to be 3 weekly weigh-ins, all right? And again, you have to do it yourselves, okay? There's a lot of reasons for this. Number 1 is I want you to weigh yourself first thing in the morning upon waking. This is your true weight. It's after your 8-hour fast. You're going to be at your lightest, and it's going to be your real weight. If you weigh yourself in the evening after a day of eating and drinking, you could be up to 2 to 3 kgs heavier, literally, okay? Try this experiment, all right? Jump on the scales, go and drink a litre of water, jump on the scales again, you'll be up a pound. It actually happens, all right? You probably saw it online. So, first thing in the morning, we want you to weigh yourself, and we want you to do 3 times a week, all right? This isn't to give you a bad relationship with the scales, it's to improve your relationship with the scales, okay? Because, and especially for females, because you're very complicated creatures. The weight can go up and go down, go up and go down for so many different reasons. So if you're only weighing yourself once a week, chances are you could pick the wrong day every week, once per week, all right? So the more times you weigh yourself, the more likely you are to find your real weight. And your real weight is always the lightest weight. So if you were like 80 kgs on Monday, and then you jump on the scales on Wednesday, and you're up to 83 kgs, you know you didn't put on 3 kgs of fat in 2 days. You just know, right? Logically speaking, unless you fucking ate a whale, all right? So it's like, you just know it, like, so that's why I like you to have more numbers, and it allows you to get a bit more logical with everything, all right? And also, it takes the emotion out of it, all right? Because if you're not assessing, you're guessing. So I'll often ask people, how are you getting on? Oh yeah, I'm doing great, blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel like I'm losing any weight. I don't feel it. And I'm like, okay, let me just check the app. You're not tracking? Oh no, I don't weigh myself. So how the fuck do you know you're not losing any weight, all right? It's like you're trying to avoid it because you're afraid of it. Whereas I want you to kind of have more of a positive relationship with that number. It is only a number, but it's still a number and it's still a measurement, and we want to see it coming down, all right? If that is your goal, by the way, all right? That's all part of it. Like I said, not a weight loss challenge, but I still want you to improve your relationship with the scales. Jump on the scales Monday, Wednesday, Friday, let that be that. On the app, there's literally a form telling you, weigh yourself, press that, put in the number. It takes about 3.5 seconds to do it, job done, every single morning, all right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'd like every morning if you would, but look, can't have always have David did that right after. All right, 1 weekly measurement.
That's recording, David.
Yeah, I'm taking pictures.
Yeah. I'm fucking moving so much, I'd say the people are going to be dizzy looking. I can't sit still. 1 weekly measurement, that's going to be on a Friday. Again, I don't think it's realistic to measure 3 times a week. There's no point, you won't see movement. But you might see movement on a Friday. And the only place you want you to weigh yourself is 2 inches above the belly button. Now that's one thing we can do for you, okay? Because it doesn't really matter what time of the day you do the measurements at. So we can do that for you here. But we're not doing the scales measurement. The third reason why we don't do scales measurement is because we are not Slimming World and we're not Weight Watchers. And I don't agree with those clubs, alright? So I would find it outside of my values if I started putting people on the scales at 7 o'clock in the evening, make you line up behind each other, and then fucking shame you if you haven't lost a pound, alright? It's so stupid. I'm sorry, like, anyone who goes to Slimming World or has affiliations with them. It's like, I've known people who go to Weight Watchers at Slimming World, and some of you probably done this, starve themselves all fucking day. Am I right? Just to go on that fucking step in the evening and to feel like, oh yes, I lost 2 pounds, success. I feel fucking miserable. Well, I'm not doing no work on my fitness, no work on anything else, but I'm down 2 pounds, so this is working. Do you get what I'm saying? It's one little measurement, and I just can't do that. And people have asked me, would you not put accountability in around, you know, me weighing ye? I goes, no, because if, oh, for fuck's sake. No, I won't do, because if you want something enough, surely, alright, are we alright?
Time's up, I'd say, John.
Is that my car? Is it my car?
The wise, yeah.
You don't have an alarm.
Huh?
You don't have that.
Your nose are cleaning up, John.
No, but I know they actually are. Sorry, but we'll never go down that route of me standing in front of you to weigh yourself. Like, I'll do it for you if you ask me to do it. But if you want something enough, Jesus Christ, you have to have enough ownership to jump on the scales if you want to know the number. It doesn't take that long. Do you know what I mean? It's just about improving the relationship with that number. Know that it doesn't mean everything, but if your goal is to lose weight, you should probably know if you're losing weight. There's only one way of knowing: measure. Make sense? And if you're not losing weight, then it allows us to intervene. And okay, let's get to the bottom of this. Also, realistic expectations comes into this. So I always tell people, if you're aiming to lose weight, you want to aim for between 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week. So if you're 100 kgs, a realistic weight loss per week is 0.5 kg to a kg per week. Okay? Down to 80 kgs, I'm not doing the maths, but you know what I'm saying. Alright? So that's realistic. Obviously, sometimes you can lose more than that, because especially if it's your first 2 weeks of a program, you're going to be releasing glycogen, water retention, etc. So you're going to lose more than that. But for me, a sustainable weight loss is between 0.5 to 1 kg per week. And not even per week. I'd measure it over 4 weeks. So you might lose any weight for 2 to 3 weeks. That's no reason to give up. I like to see the average after 4 weeks. Alright? Especially for ladies, because there's certain cycles or whatever, it's good to measure it over 4 weeks. If something doesn't change after those 4 weeks, then we can intervene and make changes. Alright? But there's only one way of knowing if we can intervene in that. We have to measure. Alright? That's that part done. Right, how to succeed. So, plan and prepare. So literally next week, I'll tell you what the challenge is straight away. We want you walking 10,000 steps a day. Some of you probably already do that, but we're going to put accountability around that. So we want you to attach your watch to the app. If you don't have a fitness watch, just download one of those walking apps and just send us a picture every day. It's all in the app, it tells you what to do. Alright? But next week's all about preparing for the following week. So we're actually giving you a week to plan and prepare. So 1 whole week to plan and prepare for the challenge, so no excuses, alright? So plan and prepare, we can talk about meal plans, meal prep, etc, etc. So how many people here have used meal plans? How many people here have got a meal plan off Connor? How many people here are using the meal plan they got off Connor? Sorry, Connor. Connor put a lot of work into those meal plans. A lot of work. And they are very good. But look, I think meal plans, they can work like, Jesus, if you're in your 20s and you fuck all else to be doing, yes, you're the fucking fiver. Alright? The meal plans can work. But I think what works for us mature adults is guidelines, alright? And it's about being mindful in your decision making, alright? So for meal prep, for me, one of the most important things you can do is your weekly shop, alright? If you get that right, you're 80% of the way, okay? So if you have good stuff in the house to choose from, so you can cook when you can cook, it's half the battle. So that weekly shop, if you make time for that weekly shop, and on that weekly shop, you want to actually think convenience, again, because we're all busy, we've all got other things going on. I'm not sure about you, but I'm not going to use my Sundays to cook dinners for the whole week. It's just not going to happen, alright? So you want to make sure that you're prepped for that, prepped for being unprepared, alright? So there's nothing wrong with, we actually leave off them here, don't we, Connor? The Fit Foods meals.
Yeah.
We're living off them, to be honest. Fit food meals in Aldi, Lidl. You've got the is it Nutri-Check meals or something? Nutri-Check. You've got
Nutri-Quick, yeah.
Yeah, you've got loads of them. They're all Aldi, Lidl ones. I would have a few of them in the fridge. And they're not your first to, but they're a go-to if you're not prepared, which can happen. And it's much better than getting a takeaway in the evening. Come in, look, I don't feel like cooking this evening. Happens. Go to the fridge, get one of those meals. Alright? Another way of meal prepping is whatever you have for your dinner that night, like you're cooking anyway, so you've decided to cook your dinner, why not cook enough for your lunch the next day, and why not cook enough for tomorrow night's dinner? So as you're cooking, you may as well just cook in bulk, alright? So if you're making a bolognese, instead of putting on the 500 grams, why not make 2,000 grams of it? And bolognese refrigerates very easily, and again, that's farm food prepping. Another thing you want to do when you're planning and preparing is you don't want to suffer from decision fatigue, alright? You want to have 2 or 3 things that you eat for your lunch, 2 or 3 things that you eat for your dinner. And just do that for 8 weeks, alright? If you want to be like in Jamie Oliver, that's fine, but I would prefer to get results, alright? So pick 2, and that's what Connor does in his meal plans if you fucking use the things, alright? So he gives you 2 or 3 options per. Thank you. So he gives you 2 or 3 options, but you want to give yourself 2 or 3 options, alright? So I personally eat the same breakfast every single day. And I might change it out the weekend because there's a bit of time. But every day I'll have the same breakfast, and then for my lunch I'll either have what I had from dinner the night before, I'll have one of those new, what they call it again, Fit Food yolks, and then dinner then is usually cooked fresh, alright? But then when I say usually cooked fresh, like we're so predictable, like I have the same dinner Monday, same dinner Tuesday, following Monday, it's like, I grew up that way and that's what I'm used to doing. So you kind of know what you're having on that day. Again, decision fatigue, take it out of it, alright? Same as best thing you can do to get into fitness habit is have your fitness clothes on the bed next morning. Alright, on the bed, into the bag, one less decision to make that day. Alright? Or just do what Dave does and wear the same clothes every day.
Takes it to get first.
Alright? So, that's it. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. You ever heard that phrase? I think that's a lot of bullshit. Alright? Because what it's telling people, if you fail to prepare, you should just accept failure. Alright? And for me, life throws you curveballs every single day. Alright? So when you're throwing a curveball, you say, oh, I failed now because I'm prepared for this. Alright? So I think that's bullshit. Fail to prepare, fine, but it's about your decision making when you're not prepared. Okay? So you can leave the house in the morning without a single thing prepared. This is nutrition speaking, I'm talking nutrition, but it goes every area of life. But nutrition, you can have nothing prepared, but you can still have a very successful day, nutrition-wise. It's about decision making. Right? So if you work where there's a canteen, get some porridge for your breakfast. Get some fruit and yogurt for your breakfast. That's a good decision. Dinner, very obvious, get vegetables, meat. If you go to Super Value, you could get a wrap, that's your handful of carbs. You could get breast rotisserie chicken, this is my lunch every day someday. Breast rotisserie chicken, that's your pan of protein. Loads of salad in the wrap, that's your fist of veggies. Mayonnaise in the wrap, there's a ton of fats. Alright, if you think about all your meals that way, it's double for men then. Alright? And the reason these guidelines work so well is because if you only eat 3 meals a day, following those guidelines, it'll normally work out, and I've done the maths, it'll work out between 1600 calories for females, it'll work out between about 1900 to 2100 for males, which is enough to get most people here into calorie deficit. Alright? So it's not just fucking hairy fairy do this, it's about getting you into a calorie deficit. That's the only way to lose weight. Alright? So don't feel that you have to be prepared all the time, but instead know your portion control guidelines and apply them to your decision making throughout the day. Alright? Your environment is very important. Alright? So if you've got someone bad in your environment, kick them out of the house.
Really?
Yeah.
John said. That's it. John said you should go.
Who's
Just
the
go home
Be
and
recorded, John.
go home and pack their bags.
Where's the?
My
Like
bags
take
are
back
fine.
their bags.
We have the divorce lawyer there, don't we?
We do actually. She's in. She comes at 9:30.
Yeah.
So your environment matters, right? So if you're doing this, you need to have the body.
Jesus, health and safety.
The bad environment here. So if you're doing this, you need to have the buy-in of people at home. Alright, so like any goal, you need to have the buy-in. So there's no point you trying to create a nice environment if people in your house keep adding shite. So if you clear the first and you come back 2 days later and it's full of shite again, that's that's not very supportive. Alright? So you kind of, if that is an issue, it's just about getting their support. Alright? Really important. Alright? If you have kids, this is only gonna be good for them, alright? And actually, while I'm on that point with kids, alright, eat like an adult. And what I mean by that is, what would you say to, if you have children, what would you say to your child if they came to you at 7:30 just before bed and they said, I want to eat 3 bags of potatoes and a Mars bar before bed? What would you say to them? Not,
You can eat your dinner.
yeah, not a fucking hope. Yet, when they go to bed and you close that door, you come downstairs, 2 bags of potatoes and a Mars bar, woo! So it's hypocritical. So think about it that way, alright? So you have to be the leader by example. So eat like an adult. That's what you say to people, alright? I know it's easier said than done, but it's something to think about, alright? Trying to get guilty into things here now. Mindfulness, alright? Something I'm very passionate about at the moment, but like you can really apply it to nutrition to be very successful, alright? Most of you here in this room have a good knowledge of what's good and what's bad for you, but you still do the bad things. Alright? And when you do the bad things, it's usually mindless. Do you know what I mean? So like, who can relate to this? You go to the press and you grab a big fist of potatoes into the mouth as you're walking away from the press, and sure, look, I'm not even thinking about it, so they don't count. There's no calories in that. You eat half a biscuit, throw the other half away, you have a fist of cereal. So throughout the day, all these little mindless activities can add up to like 500 calories in some cases. A bite of chocolate here, fist of crisp here. I've eaten a packet of rice cakes while making dinner. So you're just cooking dinner and you're just eating away because you're so hungry. It happens. That's mindless, alright? So a huge part of this challenge and throughout the challenge is not avoid snacking, avoid mindless snacking. Okay? And what that means is, if you want to have a snack, you have to eat in the moment and you have to be mindful, alright? So let's say you know you're having your 3 meals a day, and okay, I want a snack. There's little things you can do to figure out if you really want that snack or not. Number one is you can have the snack, but you have to wait 20 minutes. All right? And in that 20 minutes, you do something productive, or do something that's going to take away the boredom. And that's going to, maybe in that situation, it could be you're just bored. All right? And you fill that time, and you possibly don't want the snack. Another scenario is drink a pint of water. Okay? You could be gasping, you could be thirsty. Again, confusing that with hunger. And another scenario is take 10 slow breaths. Box breathing. In through the nose for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. Do that 10 times. And that brings you to the moment, and then ask yourself, okay, do I still want this snack? Okay, and if after doing all those things you still want the snack, have the snack, sit and enjoy it, and no guilt. You've made your decision, you know you're mindful, you know, look, I want this snack, I have cravings, go and have the snack, alright? So the 2 scenarios where it's okay to snack is if you have cravings and you feel like you definitely want it, go and have it, there's no forbidden, no restriction, go and enjoy it and don't feel guilty afterwards. Or the situation is you have to ask yourself, are you genuinely hungry? And if you are, then yeah, have a snack, but again, make sure it's a snack that's going to fill you up. So make it a high protein snack, right? Because protein is the most satisfying of all the macronutrients. So when you're trying to lose weight, protein is your best friend. That's all in the app, so I'm not going to speak too much about that kind of stuff tonight. But yeah, they're the 2 scenarios where it's okay to snack, but as long as it's mindful, okay? If you've decided to have the snack and you're in the moment and you're able to go, yeah, I'm going to eat this, no guilt, have the snack. If you have the snack and then 10 minutes later you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, what to do that for? They're not the snacks to have. They're the snacks to become mindful about and try to omit from the diet where possible. Because the easiest way to lose weight is to sit down for your breakfast, sit down for your lunch, and sit down for dinner. That's it. Just like our great grandparents used to do. They couldn't snack because there was no snacks. Alright? And they weren't obese. Okay, so breakfast, dinner, lunch, sitting down to eat is the easiest way to lose weight, and cut out the ends in between. Okay? So you're not allowed to eat in the car, you're not allowed to eat in the coffee shop, you're not allowed to eat anywhere else but sitting at a table. Right? It's easy to do it, as long as you concentrate on it. That's going to be, if you do nothing else but that for this challenge, you will lose weight if weight loss is the goal. You will. If you just sit for your breakfast, I don't care what you even have for those meals. Alright? Like, you will lose weight if you just sit and eat those meals and cut out the in-betweens. I guarantee it.
John,
Right.
your flashing lights are going off on your microphone.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nobody can hear you.
This technology crap is a waste of time. No, it just turned on. That's just telling me it is on, isn't it? It just
So
flashes
lights
on
on,
again.
the lights are gone
Does
just in case. Look, just in
There's
case
little red lights.
people are tuned in.
There they can still. No, we're not live, you
No,
see.
it's not
We're
live.
friends. We're alright.
Alright.
We're alright. Strong with it. Anyway, sleep. Sleep is a huge thing that can lead to results. Who gets 7 hours sleep here a night? Easily. Who gets less than 7 hours sleep? Who gets less than 6 hours sleep? Oh shit. Who gets less than 5 hours sleep? Me. Yeah, sleep is massive. Alright. You have to be, I think you have to be sensitive about sleep because you can create sleep anxiety by putting too much of a focus on sleep. So the last thing you want to tell someone that has trouble sleeping is you have to fucking sleep. Like or you're gonna die. That's gonna scare the shit out of that person, right? But if you're not sleeping out of choice, so if it's a case that you're staying up late watching TV, or you're procrastinating that one free supplement that will give you the best possible result and it's free, then you need to question yourself. So like if you're not sleeping because Netflix is more important, yeah, I'd be questioning that. However, if you're someone that just has trouble sleeping, whatever, I would focus in on stuff like meditation, relaxing, etc. Alright, and this is on the app as well, by the way. But yeah, there's 2 ways of looking at it. I used to have insomnia myself, and so I know sleep can be a touchy subject. It definitely was for me. Definitely had sleep anxiety. When I get into fitness, I realized if I don't sleep for 9 hours, I'm gonna fucking die. Alright, so that you don't want to become obsessed with it, but at the same time, you don't want to be just procrastinating sleep for the sake of TV or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So there's 2 different ways of looking at it. Whereas if you're someone who just has trouble sleeping because of anxiety, etc., well, the last thing you want to do is force sleep. But if you're someone who's just avoiding sleep because you feel like there's better things to be doing, there isn't anything better to be doing. Trust me, sleep is. People ask, and Conor will agree with this, what is the one supplement that you would advise everyone to take? And it's free. It's sleep. It's the best supplement. It works on absolutely everything. All right. And for God's sake, if you can get some sleep, get some fucking sleep. I love sleep. I don't get enough of it these days. All right. So yeah, sleep is massive. All right. To succeed as well, obviously you need to use the app. So use the app, use the app, use the app. We pay a lot of money for the app. There's a huge investment going into the app. So please use the app. Alright? Use the app. Alright. Why are we doing what we're doing? So we're doing weigh-ins, obviously, to improve the relationship with the scales. Okay? Also, a huge part of this challenge for us is we want more engagement outside the gym, because we have morning class sessions, we have evening sessions, but we have a really massive community here. So it's just trying to bring that community together on an online format. Alright? No sounding too American and cheesy about it.
You know what I'm saying.
Go team.
But like,
I knew she was there, by the way. So yeah, we want more engagement, we want more support, and we want to do that through the app. I know that and we've too many streams of communication coming in, with emails, with WhatsApp, whatever. So the reason we got our app is that we want one community and we want everyone on it. All right. So the winner of this competition will be the person that's engaging most on the app, and especially in the community. The more engaged you are in that, and the more questions you ask, that's going to get you brownie points towards your years for membership. Alright? So, no, I want them. Like, if you think of a question that you feel someone else can benefit of it, don't ask it privately, ask it on the community, straight out. And that way then, like, you could ask a question that someone goes, oh God, I was going to ask that, but I was mortified to do so. And like, and then not only will I have an answer, there'll be so many other people here with different life experiences that will have the answer to that particular issue. Alright, so parenting and stuff like that. It's a great format. We have a community, and personally, I just want to use it. I want to see people helping each other out in the community. We did it during lockdown in WhatsApp. Do you remember? And it was really powerful. So we're trying to bring that sense of community over onto this app now, right? Because it's really good. It's really just to know that other people have your back. There's a lot to be said for it, right? There's power in numbers. All right. And time frame. I feel that it's good to push time frames around goals. It just keeps you more focused. You can kind of tell yourself, look, 8 weeks I can do this. Whereas, obviously this is a forever thing, like I'm always preaching, but sometimes it's good to narrow the focus, put a time frame in around it, and obviously if you do it well, you get a nice big prize at the end. And then have fun. Just want to create a fun environment. Want to have some crack. All the acts won't be fitness, or all the challenges won't be fitness related. There will obviously be challenges in there that will entertain myself and Dave and Connor. We get
Like
bored.
supermarket ones.
Yeah. we do get bored with this, so we do need to get entertained. What did we do the last with the ice bucket challenge?
No.
Someone went and got a JCB for the water.
Oh.
yeah, that was what I remember. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
Someone
That
sings
was
to
definitely
cows.
lockdown.
yeah, it was lockdown.
Singing to the cows, yeah. Singing challenges, it was unbelievable.
Jumping
so
jacks
we will
into
be looking
Jumping
for
Jackson super.
we will be
I
looking
remember
for
doing that.
entertainment throughout the challenge. If you want it bad enough, you will make a show of yourselves. Alright, so with all that said, hit me with some questions. Remember, this goes towards the challenge now, so think for questions.
Can I actually ask a question about the sleep? I
Yeah.
kind of get good sleep. I'm kind of happy with my sleep.
Yeah.
How do you feel about napping during the day?
I
'Cause,
love-
like,
I got a coach.
no, but like genuinely, like I could after work now, if I was sitting waiting for the kids for an hour, I could easily fall asleep for 40 minutes. And
Oh, absolutely love a
Is
nap.
that you would recommend that? Or do you
I
recommend
think
keeping-
napping, I think you want to keep it before like 5 p.m.
Okay.
Otherwise it's going into, I don't know what the terminology around it, but keep before 5 p.m. There's two ways to nap in my opinion, either 20 minutes
Okay.
or else go for the full cycle of 90 minutes.
Okay.
Anywhere in between that, you could wake up with sleep inertia. Do you ever wake up from like a 40-minute nap and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're worse?
Yeah.
So that's known as sleep inertia.
So 40 minutes is no good.
No, 20 or 90. 20 minutes.
I'm never going to get 90, but 20 is achievable.
Go for the 90, not to be said for it.
Yeah, forget my tries and play gymnastics.
I have a coach there, it's great. At 90
We're gonna have
minutes.
to short the gymnastics, I'd say. 20 minutes gold.
One thing I never touched on, lads, and it's something I should have written up there, but look, it's alcohol.
And nobody does the challenge.
Alright, throughout the challenge, there's no need to not drink, but it's important that you know that. Alright, for instance, if you're trying to lose weight, would you sit down in the evening and eat 3 Snickers bars? If you wanted to lose weight, would you sit down every evening and eat 3 Snickers bars? No. Okay, those 3 Snickers bars have the exact same amount of calories as 3 glasses of wine. So why do you feel it's okay to drink 3 glasses of wine while trying to lose weight? But no way would you eat 3 Snickers bars. Alright? A bottle of wine
Is what? 2 Snickers bars.
5 Snickers bars.
I have 2 bottles.
So like again, it's about being realistic with expectations. If you're serious about losing weight and you're drinking 3 or 4 drinks every night of the week, It's just not going to happen. You're just pissing against the wind.
How
All
many
right.
minutes of exercise equals a bottle of wine? 'Cause that is a good way to.
A marathon. I'm not joking. It's probably about an hour and a half of very intense exercise. Very intense.
For a bottle.
For a bottle, yeah. I did like, what tell you, I did 15k run there today and it was like 850 calories. A bottle of wine was about 1100.
There you go.
Alright, so that'll just tell you. Right, so it's easier just to, it's
So
one of
the
those
second
ways.
bottle. Yeah.
Dave is actually a great example. Dave was struggling there started year to lose weight and we just got him to give up the drink.
Did you?
Completely.
But there's
And
lots of alcohol-free
he
options.
literally
now.
dropped a kg a week. Did you not? Did you not?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I did it off my own back, but yeah, I'll give you the credit.
Yeah.
With the encouragement from John.
yeah, John helped, pushed me
Not
on.
to self, that was Dave's promotion.
But yeah, a
you did that,
kg
you
week.
did that, kg
So,
week. And
yeah.
yeah.
10 weeks and 8 kg.
And he was a way better worker as well during that time.
Not anymore.
Dave,
Once he went back on it.
can I ask how much you were drinking?
Only at the weekends, like Saturdays, but nights out. But I go to town, to town.
Yeah, so like it's about being realistic, right? So if you want to have a drink, whatever, that's fine. So just say at the moment you do 4 nights a week, you can go 2 nights a week. That's going to be a decrease in calories, all right? Just say at the weekend you drink 10 pints. Why don't you have 5 pints? That's going to be decreasing. You don't have to go cold turkey in this, like, do you know what I mean? So it's about reducing it down in some shape or form. But if you really want to get great results, I would just really, really moderate the intake. But that's the choice you got to make. I'm not going to tell you to make it. And it's not part of the challenge, to be honest, because that's more of a personal choice, all right? Little things you can do to decrease the chances of alcohol having an impact is if you know, just say you have a wedding at the weekend, you can make sure that, so the way I always say eat well 80% of the time, all right? Have 20% leeway. On that week, you're going to be 100% perfect that week. Like every meal is going to be on point, and then you're creating a bit of leeway at the weekend, okay? You're going to make sure that you're going to get extra steps in that week. You're basically creating, do you know, what's the word I'm looking for, Connor?
Buffer.
A buffer. Thank you, Miss America. So yeah, a buffer, a calorie buffer. So if you know like there's something up the weekend, create your buffer during the week. All right. On the days of the night you're going drinking, the way we always say, eat a pound of protein, handful of carbs, fist of veggies, some of fats. On those days, I would just have the fist of veggies and the pound of protein every meal. And basically, you leave out the fats and the carbs, and then voila, your alcohol is your fats and carbs. You will get drunker a lot faster.
And then you won't drink as much.
Yeah, and you won't plan weight. It's great. Alright. Let's delete this part of the video. Any more questions?
Yeah, John.
Yeah. Hi Connor, how are you?
I'd pick the 3 Snickers over the 3 glasses of wine. I'm not much of a drinker, but like, I have a desperate relationship with chocolate. Fucking awful.
Yeah.
So what are the tips?
You can't
on
rely
that?
on willpower, obviously. John, that's not being, obviously it's a bad way to put it, but you just don't buy the chocolate. It's not, just don't bring it to the house.
Why
Yeah.
not though?
Huh?
Like I have to have chocolate every day.
Yeah, but you don't have a bad relationship with it. Joe, you're
So
fine.
you can have it though.
Oh, absolutely, you can have chocolate. But if you can have chocolate if you can sit down and have a bar and enjoy it. That's a good relationship. But if you're sitting down and having 3 bars of chocolate, that's a bad relationship.
Yeah, but what about
Right.
those fake chocolate bars, I call them?
Well, get a full nice chocolate bar. If you can genuinely sit down and enjoy the chocolate bar and enjoy it and let that be that, there's nothing at all wrong with it, and you can fit it into your diet. Remember, it's 80% good, 20% of whatever you want. You can include chocolate in that very, very easily. And it's about not
And if you
forbidding,
like
not
dark
restricting.
chocolate, it's actually.
Oh no.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even bother with the
See,
dark
I
chocolate.
like-
I would just eat chocolate.
I used to eat chocolate, but then when I went down to dark chocolate, I actually stopped eating as much chocolate. I stopped because I just have a couple of squares of it, and then if you eat it slowly, it actually.
That's because it's fucking disgusting.
No, but like in your case, I wouldn't bring it into the house, honestly, because like you can try everything else, but like if it's not there and you have to make it hard for to access
And
it.
also,
I like that with
Mrs. K is good at that. Like she won't bring it into the house. So I have to fucking go and get it.
But the
And
fact
if
you
you
have to
want
go
that
together
much-
is making the, you know, but it's about being mindful of it. Huh?
But we all know now.
My
for
wife
now-
still does it.
From now on, when you're on the way for your chocolate, you have to message me on the app and let me know exactly what's going on in your mind.
I met that with Chris.
We can intervene.
Yeah.
Any more questions, guys?
Can I ask just
Yeah.
the 10,000 steps?
Yeah.
Is that in addition to what you normally do? So do you have to go out and do the 10,000?
No, it's just 10,000 a day,
Okay,
per day.
a day.
But the classes, like on class days every day. You do 10,000 steps every day. Every single day. Yeah.
Sunday as well.
Every single day.
But if you're, is that 70 hours a week? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay, because I have about 90 done by Saturday.
There you go, yeah. So that's going to be easy for you. But like for some people, if you're a sedentary worker, you work in the office, you drive, it's going to take a bit of effort. So it's about, like Jimber said to you during our meeting, if you set your alarm for every 50 minutes to get up and walk around the house 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I know people, your neighbours might think you're mad, like, but it's
Grand.
just.
That doesn't give you 10,000 steps.
Huh?
I've done that. That doesn't give you 10,000 steps. though.
Yeah, it's with that you just have to make the effort.
Yeah.
20 years for
I have
membership? Pardon?
I have to run 5k in a short amount of time to give me 10,000 steps.
It's about like it's the one thing that, like I want you to become obsessed with is getting the steps in. It's a
Yeah.
great obsession. So
The
like
last, the last one actually was interesting because you know the way you think, oh yeah, you're getting all these steps, but actually, you know, because you're watching it, like it really
Yeah.
makes you mindful of how much,
Definitely.
you know, you have to, especially Monday to Friday is fine, but on Sundays for me was the killer.
yeah, and it can make a massive like that 10,000 steps can equals to 500 calorie deficit in a day.
And
Yeah.
So you do
Laura
that on top of
Healy
the
won
deficit.
step challenge last
Huh?
year. Was
Yeah.
it for August last year?
Yeah.
I'd say she tied it onto the fucking dog.
Just to clarify, shaking the phone is not. Was somebody gonna cool this?
So then we've no way of
That's good,
proving.
that's a good
Alright.
idea.
Tied onto the dog.
So yeah, for some challenges, we want honesty. All right. And if you're not honest, just 10 years bad luck.
Oh Jesus, yeah,
Yeah.
you told you that. Did they have a competition time?
Yeah, so like this is basically, we're not rewarding numbers. I don't like numbers, we're rewarding consistency. I don't care how much weight you lose, that's going to be just a side effect of following the challenge. I want to see you getting back into routine, back into structure and working on your health. It's going to be lots of little things, lots of surprises. You might have like, alright, this Friday we're doing a challenge workout, we expect to see you all there. We'll go hatchet for an hour. If you can't make it, you have a good excuse, teacher's note. Little things like that. We might do like a mindfulness workshop where we all come in and meditate together.
Love that actually.
We will do it.
We've had a good time though.
What time suits you?
Yeah. Just check with me 1st.
We'll do it like this time, 8 o'clock at night. It's a lovely time to do it. You can go home
I
and sleep
I
sound.
won't be allowed to come to that anyway.
I don't know. I can't imagine you sitting still for an hour. But little things like that. So like we're going to throw in surprises along the way, and it's all about helping you to improve your overall health and fitness. It's not just weight loss. Yeah. Al?
I'll just go back to the steep yard, you know. It's
Yeah.
very small as a home stuff as well, like. And you know, say if I get like some nights might be 4 or 5 hours, other nights 10 if we might get 9 hours at a weekend night or something like that. Like, do you add them up over the week or like I find when I actually end up getting a long night's sleep after a couple of I
Yeah.
feel like shite then, you know that way.
Yeah.
I think when there's smallies involved, you just have to accept
yeah.
being miserable. No, I don't. I think when there's smallies involved, the rules change. You just have to sleep and you can sleep.
Say if it's not your night, like are you better off than getting that 9 hours and
No,
catching
I
up,
think
like?
you're as well off to stick to as much of a routine as you can. Like so, basically, if you can go to bed at the same time every night and get up at the same time every day, even the nights where you don't sleep, still get up at the same time. And on those days, if you can get in that 90-minute nap, like I mentioned, and that's going to be a full cycle. I know it's very hard. Like I said, I have a couch, so if you need to sleep, I might start charging for that actually.
We'll come in here for a snooze.
There'll be
20
queues,
minutes.
There'll be a, what do you
Huh?
do, yeah.
Do you want to get away from your
Every
kids?
new thing on team.
Morning though, John.
Yeah, I think when there's smallies involved, like obviously I've experienced that currently. It's just
Tell.
it's a season, it's a life season. You know what I mean?
It's hard going.
It's hard going, but you just have to do what you can do, sleep and you can sleep. There's no real hard rules around it. I wish I knew them. It's get sleep and you can sleep. That's basically it.
John, the rule is when you hear the child, you nudge the wife. Telling you.
To sleep.
That's the
You know the challenges, John, to
Yeah.
say if you to do something, do we post that back in then on the community?
We'll tell you exactly what to do.
Oh, right.
It'll all
You'll
be
tell us all
black
as
and
we go
white,
along.
exactly what to do on that day, what to do. So lots of it might be posted to community, or the bits maybe relying on your honesty, all that kind of stuff. But you need to tick off that you're doing it all the time. Alright? And know that if you're being dishonest, that karma is a bitch. Anything else? Elaine, usually questions? No?
No, I'm good.
Paul and Connor? 8 weeks to change your life.
Sexiest.
And it's important to
Weekend, bank
actually
holiday
tick
weekend.
done and not
Is it?
done,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
where people get kicked off the app, is when they're
Is
not
that the
complaining.
same as the My Coach I was going to
Yes, exactly.
It's called Fit Fitness now, yeah.
Yeah,
we,
it's-
we rebranded it.
It's just
I
my
know, I
coach.
saw,
Robert branding.
Yeah.
Very same, does it?
Yeah, it's the exact
It's the
same,
same
yeah.
as
I just,
No,
I
but
just bought it.
it's called
Bottled out.
he's like Elon Musk, this fella.
Any more questions, guys? Now's the time. Have a think. Anything at all? Next me.
No, I'm saving all my questions, turn points on the app anyway.
Snacks and things from 7 to 10. And, that's my worst time.
Is it late night snacking?
Yeah.
Is there a huge thing?
Yeah.
So what I would do is I wouldn't even try to wean off it. I would don't snack throughout the day, and between 7 and 10 make time for a snack. Will make it a better choice. All right. So like, don't try to go cold turkey on it, because obviously between 7 and 10 it's a habit that's already there. So it's habit stacking. So that habit is already there. Now you're trying to stack a good habit in on top of that. All right. So if you normally snack, and we'll say, what do you normally snack on? Come on, there's no judgment here. Crisp or whatever. So swap those crisps out for maybe popcorn. Do you know, like bag of Daldy popcorn, 100 calories. So you're swapping it out. Are you hungry between those times, or is it a habit? Definitely habit. So that's something for you to figure out. Is it habit, or are you genuinely hungry? If you're hungry, have a look at what you're having for your last meal of the day. What time do you have your last meal of the day?
Being 6 and 7.
And would you have a big dinner, or would it be just a pick? Yeah. So would you have 3 meals throughout the day, solid meals?
I would, yeah.
Because hunger can catch up in you as well throughout the day. Do you ever get the days you try to skip your meals, and next thing in the evening,
Yeah.
starving? Alright, so in your case, just to have it. So what you do is have it stack. So basically, number 1, don't have the crisp beer to go for. So that's your environment. And number 2 is replace the crisp with something like, obviously you like savoury, so go popcorn. Bag of popcorn. And just get the Aldi bags of popcorn, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Eat them, so you've replaced one thing with the other, and you, instead of trying to omit it. Because you try to omit it, you'd be like, oh, somebody has something. Alright, but if you told me that you were hungry at that time, I would say go and have something like fruit and some protein yogurt. Just bring whatever snack up to that hour of the evening.
I don't know, I should be eating something high protein in the evening.
Not at all. No, just all there's loads of myths. Doesn't matter what time you eat it. The only time it matters, late night eating, they say it's bad for you. It's not at all. It can be bad. You want to make sure there's 2 hours after your last meal before you go to bed. You don't want to be digesting your food in bed, because that's going to be affecting your sleep. When it comes to weight loss, 0 effect. No, that's one of those myths. Because
Can I
me,
ask
It's too late to be tried now.
it's too late out there. Like that. Go on.
Can I just ask one other question? I'm away for 3 or 4 days. Just
Oh, I know,
a wedding in
you're
the
not
UK.
getting free
I
membership,
know it's
that's
grand,
right.
right? But can I is there a way to kind of do it? Could you kind of put together a workout that I could do like in a hotel room?
Oh,
in,
for fuck's
no, I'm being serious. Do I want to do it properly, John?
Just
Like,
dance the whole
I
night.
can.
The whole night.
If we're
like,
using
like instead of the class, because I want to do it properly.
no,
and
if we're
you
using
with me
if
and
we're
if
using the app with
okay.
homework, I'll give it to you when you're on holidays.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
we can back
No,
you
it's
up
just
there.
we've a wedding in the UK and we're gone for 3 days, and I won't fit 3 classes.
Didn't you
But
do
if I
great
start
workouts
missing
when
it-
you were away, Avril?
Loads.
There you go.
Yeah.
She got on the app because she's using the app all the time. All right. So yeah, see, if you're going away or whatever and you can't make 2 sessions a week, let us know. We're not going to dock you for that. Obviously, we want you at 3. We want you to, but you're not going to lose out on
I was
time.
just thinking,
So long as you
like,
let us know,
like
and
if I
then we
went to
give
2
you.
on the Monday, but that's stupid.
No, we'll give
Yeah,
you
yeah.
give you a workout to do that you can do
Okay.
anywhere.
Can you just
They're all.
film it. The hotel room, Colin can lie in the bed.
Oh.
Whoa! Not the kind of workout we want to see.
Or is it?
Well, if you want to. Any other questions?
That's one of the challenges.
Partner challenge.
John, you know the Nutra, I think it's the NutraCheck
Check.
app.
Yeah,
Do we have to download that?
not for this challenge, no.
No.
No, this is not a carry counting one. We spread out for January. So this is just getting back to basics, because basics work. Because, like, you can have all the fancy meal plans in the world, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you're not doing the basics right, you're going over. And for me, one of the main things from talking to everyone throughout the year, what is it? Snacking.
Yeah.
It's every single check-in.
Yeah.
Everyone says, what's their biggest issue? Snacking.
Yeah.
Snacking. So let's all together, collectively, work on snacking.
20 minutes breathing.
We will do actually a mindfulness session.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sooner rather than later. We'll actually come in here and It's all sit and breathe.
Are you
Um,
doing yoga, Jan? Are you
On
starting
that.
yoga?
Oh no! Stop recording. The yoga instructor we got has pulled out. She tore her rotator cuff and she doesn't do it. But I am in talks. That's the only fucking John Delaney. I'm in talks with a girl, so hopefully. But it might be twice a week. Might just have to do it once a week. But it's still you get yoga. All right, but yeah, I will definitely
Yeah.
fulfill the promise. But I thought we had it for twice a week starting next week. But no.
What about Pilates? Can I get that too?
Jesus Christ, do you want fucking massages and beauty
Yes.
Imagine.
And your sofa, John, is it?
Huh?
And your sofa. Just make sure your feet are clean.
We put a hole in one of the cushions, put your head
No, the yoga's coming, not Pilates just yet, but
Okay.
who knows? We might.
Would that
And how about a makeup table with like a hair dryer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for the
This would be
day.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Would that count as one of the 3 sessions?
No.
We'll try though.
An hour does a session in the pub on Saturday night. Anything else, guys? What do you think of anything? Fire away. I love questions. On
I'm
any.
quite serious about the place for a hairdryer though, because if you wanted to come in the morning and then actually go to work.
Dave.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah. I'll look into it.
Dave, look into it later. That's a good point. Good point. Anything else?
There's no plug in there though. Oh, look, we'll
That's
cross
good,
that
though,
bridge.
yeah,
That's
cross
the-
that
yeah.
bridge. We have a.
You can come into the apple.
Sit on the couch.
Yes. Do my makeup.
We may not have a plug socket, but we have a couch.
Yeah.
Anything else? Speak now or forever hold your silence.
I have a problem with comfort eating.
Comfort eating, that's emotional eating. I'm glad you asked that.
In the evening time.
Yeah, so comfort eating is emotional eating, and this comes under the realm of mindfulness, and it comes under. So basically, for me, a lot of people will drink excessively. The comfort eat, emotional eat. It's a means of numbing what you're feeling. Right? It's a bit deep now, but there's truth in it. All right. So the easiest way to not comfort eat, to not drink alcohol, to not numb feelings is it's very obvious.
Deal
It's
with
to
them.
feel. Feel.
Yeah.
Sit there and feel. One of the best things you could do in that situation is sit in a room for
Or
30,
cry.
60 minutes even. Just sit in the room, no distractions, and feel what you're feeling. And let whatever comes out and comes out. And that's actually where you get one of the most fulfilling answers to everything in your life, if you just sit there without distraction. You might like what you want to fucking, you might like what you tell yourself, but it's usually the truth. Alright? So, yeah, that's literally the way out. So basically, you have to let the feeling wash over you. If you numb it through food, through alcohol, whatever it is, you're just pushing it under the carpet. It's just going to get bigger and stronger and come at you twice as hard the next time. Whereas if you can just allow yourself to feel with no shame, no judgment, just feel and cry if you have to, and then feel better after that. Then you won't eat the food. Does that make sense?
Like my problem is in the evening time is the biscuit tin.
Yeah.
And having tea with biscuit tins beside you, that's kind of like my little comfort in the evening time, you know, yeah.
Do you like your biscuit tin?
Oh, unbelievable.
As a sentimental value, like the tin itself?
No?
Fuck it into the bin. Honestly, don't have it.